What's poppin', people? The whole set for Shining Rivalry just got leaked. So we're going to go over card by card. If you don't want spoilers, click away. But this set's insane, so let's get into it. Okay, breaking the fourth wall a little bit. I have to start work in less than a half hour, so I'm going to fly through this. We're going to go card by card. There's 111 of them. It's going to be crazy. So first up, we have Weedle. Multiply, put a random Weedle from your deck onto your bench. It's basically the coughing that we have, but that's really good for ramping up your board state. String Shot on Kakuna. String Shot does 20 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. That's really good for slowing them down. And then we have Beedrill EX. This card is insane. If you can get it set it up fast enough, you can basically lock your opponent out from doing anything. Just insane. Guillotine Rush on Pinsir. Flip a coin if you get tails, or until you get tails. This deck does 40 more damage for each heads, which is kind of wild. Sprigatito. Cry for help. Put a random grass Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Kind of like the original Caterpie, which is really good. Slash for 40 damage on Florigato. Mouscarada. Fighting Claws. 60 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, this is 70 more damage, which is really cool. I feel like I've seen a lot of these kind of cards recently, which is kind of good. They're shutting down the idea of only using EX Pokemon. I really like that. Next, we have Charmander, which is Combustion for 20 damage, Combustion for 40 damage, and then the Charizard EX is absolutely insane, okay? This thing can set itself up in one turn. It's wild. Charizard EX, first attack is Stoke. Take 3 Fire Energies from your Energy Zone and attach to the Pokemon, and then Steam Artillery for 150 damage, no downside. Absolutely nuts. Magmar, Flare, 20 damage. Magmortar, 70 damage during your opponent's next turn. If the defending Pokemon tries to use an attack, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, the attack does not happen. Paldean Tauros, Blaze Tackle, 80 damage. It does 10 damage to itself. Rain Splash for 10 damage on Tentacool. Tentacruel does 40 damage. Water Gun does 10 on Weasel. Water Arrow, 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Pretty good. Kind of like another Greninja, so I like that. Wiglet, Spring Out, excuse me. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random, do 30 damage to it. And then Wugtrio EX. This is easily one of the cards I'm looking most forward to. This card is absolutely nuts. Pop Out, Throughout. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random 3 times. For each time a Pokemon was chosen, do 50 damage to it. This thing gets set up so fast, it's not funny. Manaphy. Misty. Vaporeon to move energies if this is a late game play. This card is going to be absolutely insane. I cannot wait to build a deck on it. Dondozo. Ocean Cyclone, 80 damage. It does 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Tatsugiri, Retreat, I can't speak. Retreat Directive. Active Dondozo has 0 retreat cost. Perfect. Thunderbolt on Pikachu EX. This is kind of eh. This will be really good for like Luxray decks if you're using Volkner. Voltorb, 10 damage. Tumbling Attack, excuse me, 50 damage plus. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. Pachirisu, this one's pretty good. Take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. Pretty good. Just good for ramping. Palmy with Punch, and then Electric Punch, counter attack. So it's kind of similar to Poliwrath. I like this. You can build on that with Rocky Helmet as well, which is really cool. Abra, Psyshot, 20 damage. Next up is going to be Kadabra, Psyshot for 30 damage. And then Alakazam, Psychic Suppression, 80. It does 20 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has energy attached to it. There's a lot of bench damage in this set, I'm finding, which is really cool. Mr. Mime, Juggling, flip 4 coins, 20 damage for each heads. Drifloon has Ram, Gust on Drifblim. Giratina EX. This one is interesting. Broken Space Bellow is the ability. Once during your turn, take a Psychic Energy from your energy zone attached to this Pokemon. If you use the ability, your turn ends. I guess this is good if you're just trying to ramp up and like it's on your bench, I guess. Chaotic Impact kind of sucks though. I feel like this card will pair really well with Dusknoir. You can deal damage to itself and then just siphon that damage onto the Dusknoir so that you have no downside to the Giratina. I feel like that'll probably be how it's used. I'm not really sure. Maybe it'll pair well with like Cresselia as well. Obviously ramping with Gardevoir as well. I mean, it's good overall. Kind of an interesting ability, though, how it just ends your turn. I feel like there's a lot of really cool ways to get around that. But, yeah, anyway, it's just good for, like, fast ramp. Gimmighoul, Chestaflage, flip a coin if heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from it, and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. That's pretty cool. Next up, we have Machop. Low Kick, 20 damage. Pummel, 30 plus. It does 30 extra damage if you flip a coin and land heads. Machamp does 70 plus if this has at least 2 extra energies attached, does 50 more damage, so it's kind of like Hydro Pump in the older cards. Hitmonlee, just a basic 30 damage, not like a bench kick too. Magnum Punch on Hitmonchan for 90 damage. Oh, a new Riolu for 40 damage, that's pretty cool. And then the Lucario EX Aura Sphere. This does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and 100 damage to the active one. I'm really liking the bench aspect, except for I kind of feel like they're making it like almost too quick paced. I don't know. There's a lot of bench damage going on in this set, which I'm looking forward to, but it could have its downsides. I don't know. Flamigo with double kick, flip a coin, or flip 2 coins, excuse me. It does 50 damage for each heads. Ekans, 30 damage. Arbok, Venomous Fang. It poisons, it does 70 damage. Paldean Wooper, my boy. Poison Jab, your active Pokemon is now poisoned. And then we have Clodsire EX. I don't know why they had to specify with Paldean. Clodsire is only in Paldea, so. But Clodsire EX, Venoshock. Basically Scolipede. Really looking forward to this. If you guys don't know, Clodsire is one of my favorite Pokemon, period. Mainly the Paldean Wooper, but Clodsire is the result of that, and I absolutely love it. So expect to see this deck in the future. Spiritomb, Confuse Ray, 20 damage. Flip a coin if heads your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. We have Shroodle, Gnaw for 20 damage. Poison Coating on Grafaiai. Once during your turn, you may flip a coin if heads your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Good. You can use it on the bench. You don't necessarily have to use Weezing in the active slot. I feel like Weezing is better with Koga, though. Bite for 40 damage. Tinkatink, 20 damage. Then we have Tinkatuff, Tenacious Hammer for 30 plus. Flip a coin if heads, does 30 more damage. And then Tinkaton EX. This thing will ramp up quite quickly with Dialga. 170 HP. Terrific thumping, 80 plus. If you land heads, it does 80 more damage for 3 energy. Kind of crazy. Varoom, just headbutt for 10. Reveroom, 70 damage with Spinning Drift. Flip a coin if heads during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. So kind of like Gimmighoul, but with damage. Goldengo, okay. Scintillating Surfing, 50x. Flip a coin for each steel energy attached to this Pokemon. It does 50 damage for each heads. That is insane. So it's basically the steel equivalent to Celebi. That's pretty cool. And it's not even an EX. I feel like this could be insanely dangerous with Dialga. Rattata, Tackle, Raticate, excuse me, Tackle, Jigglypuff, Rollout, Comforting Song on Wigglytuff. Once during your turn, heal 20 damage from your active Pokemon. Pretty good. Gentle Slap, 50 damage. Lickitung, Rollout again. Headbutt on Bidoof. A Carefree Press. This thing can get set up so fast, and to just heal 30 damage from it is just, it's just wild. It's basically just the better Venusaur, unfortunately. Baneri for 20 damage, Hopping Shot on Lopunny for 30, Over Acceleration, 20 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon's Over Acceleration does 20 more damage, which is pretty cool. I'm sure it doesn't stack like all the other effects that do the same thing, but if you can get max 40 damage for 1 energy is pretty cool. So that's the Cyclizar. Iono, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Each player shuffles, each player shuffles their card, each player shuffles the cards in their hand into their deck, then draws that many cards. Pretty cool. Pokemon Center Lady, heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon, and it recovers all status conditions. I feel like that'll be a decent one-off in most decks. Red is kind of crazy. During this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon do 20 more damage to your opponent's EX, which is what I was saying before. I feel like there's a lot of EX shutdown coming out in this new set. Team Rocket Grunt, flip a coin until you get heads. For each heads, discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Pretty good. Meowscarada Full Art. Okay, love that artwork. Buizel Full Art. Love that artwork. That's really cute. This Tatsugiri Full Art is, oh my goodness, is it just insane. I love it so much. The Grafaiai Full Art is awesome. One of my favorite Pokemon, especially from, I can't remember which, it was it Scarlet and Violet that they came out, or I think it was Scarlet Violet. Love this Pokemon. Love that artwork. Goldengo's Full Art, chase card, easily. This thing is so good. I need this so badly. Wigglytuff Full Art is terrifying. We're gonna skip past this one. Kind of terrifying. Beedrill EX. Love this Full Art. Almost like the base art more. I'm not sure. Charizard EX. Absolutely insane. Of course, it's Charizard. You can't go wrong. And it's just, it's such a good card. Wugtrio EX. Mint. So good. Pikachu EX. Kind of a cute Full Art. Again, pretty suboptimal choice in my personal opinion. I guess it's really good for setting up for things like Volkner, but it's okay. Giratina EX is kind of crazy as a full art. Lucario EX full art is kind of good. Clodsire EX is my boy, so I can't wait to pull this thing in full art. Tinkaton EX is also pretty cute. Bibarel EX is just derpy. I love it. Iono's full art is sick. Pokemon Center Lady also has a really good full art. Red has a sick full art. Team Rocket Grunt's full art is kind of crazy looking. Pikachu EX Rainbow Rare. Love this artwork. Absolutely love this artwork. The Clodsire EX is so derpy looking. Just can't even get past that. It's so cute. It's so cute. Tinkaton EX. Love this like cartoon vibe. Next up, we have the Bibarel EX, which again, just looking so derpy. Absolutely love it. It'll pair really well with the full art Bidoof that I have. I think there's a full art Bidoof, right? Yeah, there is. Giratina EX I like, but it's really hard to look at. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this one. It for me, unfortunately, is just very hard to look at. So, not a huge fan, but it is quite interesting. It's just really hard to read the card. Like, really hard with the style of art. So, I don't know. But next up, now we're going to get into the shinies, which is what this set is all for. These are all the same cards as the base set, or as like the original set, but just different artworks because they're shiny Pokemon. But love the Weedle line. That one's really good. Charmander line, of course, is phenomenal. Wiglet got one, which is really cool. Dondozo got one. Pachirisu got one. Riolu got one. Varoom got one. Reveroom got one. Now we're getting into the EXs. The Beedrill EX shiny full art. Oh my goodness, this thing is stunning. Charizard EX, of course, phenomenal shiny. We don't even have to go over that one. It's just insane. Wugtrio EX. Oh, so good. So good. Lucario EX. Also an amazing shiny. And then the Crown Rare. The Piece de Resistance. The Crown Rare Pokeball. I'm really hoping I pull 2 of these. This would be such a flex. Using 2 of these in a deck would be an absolute flex. I cannot wait to see if I can get my hands on at least one of these, if not 2. Knowing me, if I only get 1, I'm not even going to use it because I need to have 2 to feel good about myself. So I don't know. I'm really hoping I get it. But that's the set. Hopefully you guys are excited. I'm really excited. Tomorrow we're going to be doing an opening video of a bunch of packs. Look really forward to it. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Let me know your thoughts on the set. I need to know. I'm honestly, so lore time for the Grimhu brand. I used to be a huge shiny hunter, so I love sets like this. Take all of my money Pokemon. I don't care. I'm going to open up all these. I cannot wait. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Like if you do, sub if you're new, but I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.